Afghanistan, Iraq and Syria are all countries that have their fair share of hardship. They're unfortunately burdened by war, instability and other problems. But if the citizens of these countries tries to catch a break and go on vacation, their trouble doesn't stop there. They also have a limited selection of the world available to them visa-free. Afghanistan has the worst passport in the world in terms of visa-free travel. They only have access to 29 other countries. On the other hand, if you're born in the Western world, your passport probably opens a lot more of the world for you. The best passport until recently was the German one, with a lot of other European nations and some of the richest Asian countries coming in closely behind. The strength of the passport is determined by a lot of factors, such as your country's relation to other countries, national wealth, and the reputation of your fellow citizens. Are they considered desirable tourists? Also deals like, if you let my people in, I'll let your people in. Overall, it's sort of like a popularity contest. Germany is the popular kid in class, while most other countries don't want to play with Afghanistan. Recently the spot as the best passport in the world got taken by the United Arab Emirates. They can get visa on arrival or completely visa-free access to 167 countries. And it makes sense. Who wouldn't want to be on the good side of the Emirates? They're rich, they have the tallest building in the world, and they have convenient air connections in Dubai and Abu Dhabi. But is it really necessary with visa-free access to 167 countries? Well, a bunch of them are just small and close to unknown island nations. Sure, they have nice beaches, but do the Solomon Islands, the Charles Islands and the Marshall Islands all really need to form their own independent countries? Maybe. But, more importantly, do you really need to visit them all? They're tiny, somehow rarely newsworthy, and one of them is even fictitious. The country of Nauru only has a population of 10,000 people, and I'm certain it's 10,000 warm and wonderful people, but it's only 10,000 nonetheless. It's so small that you could actually drive around the whole country in only 25 minutes. It sounds completely boring. Wow. Okay. Nauru actually looks amazing. But if you could choose between Brazil and the Vatican, where would you go? Brazil has destinations to see for many months, while the Vatican could be seen in an afternoon. Size just does matter. So we shouldn't just count countries, we should count areas. And in that case, the South Korean passport is the best. It comes with access to almost 69% of Earth's landmass. Behind, we have Singapore and then Chile. We could also consider if you wanted to make as many friends as possible. Which passport would let you mingle with the biggest population visa-free? In that case, Singapore is the best. It gives you access to 85% of the world's population. A more interesting second place is San Marino, close behind with 84% of all the people. Yep, for some reason, people from the small city-state enclosed in Italy can visit the most populous countries in the world. They can go to China, India, the United States, Indonesia and Brazil, all visa-free. But let's say you just cared about the sheer number of countries. If you're so lucky to have dual citizenship, which is the best combination you could have? If you were both French and Italian, you'd have two of the best passports in the world. But you wouldn't get access to any extra countries by having a second passport. Both Italian and French citizens are let into the exact same countries. It turns out the best combination is to be from the UAE and Hong Kong. Both of them are strong citizenships and they both offer travel freedom to a few places the other doesn't have. What if we wanted to have access to every country? What would be the minimum amount of citizenships we would need? Well, for starters, Afghanistan only let Afghan citizens in without a visa, so you would need an Afghan passport. It's a bit funny that we'll have to select the world's worst passport as the first in our combination, but there's no way around it. And maybe being an Afghan citizen is not so bad. They have some amazing nature and incredible mountains. North Korea is the same. They also only let their own citizens in without a visa, so we also need to get a North Korean citizenship. But with all the wonderful stuff you hear about North Korea, who wouldn't want to be North Korean? Turkmenistan is almost in the same category by only allowing Turkmens in, but they actually have a visa-free agreement for the Kazakhs and Uzbeks living in the border regions. If we had Kazakh citizenship and lived in the Tao province, we could go to Turkmenistan 5 days a week without visa. And rent and living costs are cheap in Kazakhstan, it's an interesting place, so why not? Libya is strict in the same way, but they have an agreement with Jordan and Tunisia. and Egypt for the Egyptian residents of the Matruh Governorate, but only on Wednesday and Thursdays. It turns out that you need at least 9 different citizenships to cover the entire world. One possible combination would be Afghanistan, Cameroon, Germany, Kazakhstan, Maldives, North Korea, Tunisia, Uganda, and the United Arab Emirates. But if you had to apply for all these citizenships and fulfill all the rules, it's probably a lot easier just to apply for visas in the first place. This was my first video. Thank you for watching. If you have any feedback, please leave it in a comment and I will gladly read it. Thank you.